Hey, welcome back, Source Players. So I'm here in the backyard of my house sit, and today was 95 degrees. I had to go out for a little bit, and it was hot and humid midday. So now I took the dog out to go do his business, and I realized it's cool. There is a slight breeze. It's cool, and the humidity has dropped. So I said, I'm coming out here, and I'm gonna film out here. They have this amazing pool, right? And like this is like the pool is above, it's raised. So it's a in-ground pool, but not really, if you think about it, because this is all like on a platform. Okay. So it's just really nice out here. And they live in like North Stamford, which is a very nice area of Stamford. And this property is amazing. The property is beautiful. They have like this pond in the front. It's beautifully landscaped. The whole property is beautifully landscaped. It's really a nice piece of property. And the dogs are inside. So they have amazing birds in this area. A mommy doe, and actually two does and a baby went running by a couple minutes ago, a little rabbit. And these are things that I see all the time, but usually I'm driving through this area. I'm not sitting here appreciating the nature, appreciating everything around it. Or if I am, it's because I'm walking the dogs. I never come out here and just sit out here because the property is beautiful, but also like usually when I'm here, the outside conditions are not ideal. So now that it's summer, this is all open, and I'm up here sitting on their patio furniture. So yeah, so what is this, like about? So more or less, it's just that I wanted to appreciate this place more because first of all, she gives me a lot of business, right? That's number one. Well, they give me a lot of business. But every time I come here, there's a problem. Literally every time I come here, like ever since I first started sitting for them, there's been problems. And what I really ultimately think it is, it's not them per se. I think it's the house. And I think that I never successfully cleared out the house entity of this house. I made my intention this time, clear it. Hopefully it's cleared, and hopefully this stuff stops every time I come here. But this time, as I arrived, I thought he was going to be gone. I got here, and he's like, yeah, the thermostat upstairs broke. So a couple of nights was cool, and the dogs and I were upstairs, and then 2 nights we've been downstairs in the basement on another bed. It's just been, it's funny, right? But it's every time. So anyway, I just said, you know what? I can't complain because literally she's always looking to travel. And they've hired me quite a bit. They like having a house sitter that they can rely on, and these dogs know me very well, like that whole thing, having that routine. So I was like, I could look at this in a way like this is a problem. This is a problem client, but they're really not. They are not really problem clients. It's just the circumstances around every time I come to this house. So I really truly think it was the house entity causing issues in this house for me personally, like every time. So hopefully I've cleared it and I don't run into that. But anyway, I'm just out here appreciating their property, this area that I've chosen to live in, and everything, and try to shift my mood and my attitude about things, because that's what this is. I think, for me, sometimes it's the hardest to stay in joy because most of the time I'm just flat. I'm not depressed, but I'm just flat. Like it's you know what I mean? It's just like I'm just kind of like, yeah, Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm doing. Trying to unstuck myself. Trying to get myself unstuck, and that's where I'm going into with this as far as like the liver cleanses. So Frederick put out a video like a week ago or so, whatever, talking about the liver cleanses, do them like every other week. So that's my intention. That is my objective, and my intention is to complete that objective, and that is to get these gallbladder stones out of my body so that it, helps shift things in my mind, my subconscious, my conscious, the body, the liver, all the things that it's supposed to do. Because I'm definitely stuck at a point in my life that I don't necessarily like. And I'm committed to this. And I'm going to tell you, I was thinking about this afternoon. It was just a quick thought. But when I think about the different kind of things that we have to do, the giving up the meat for me was easy. The giving up alcohol was easy. Drugs I wasn't doing. Not that I haven't done, but I'm saying I wasn't doing any drugs. I wasn't smoking any cannabis, nothing, because my body never did well with that stuff. So giving up alcohol, giving up animals, giving up sex, those were the easiest parts of this. Now I know at the time they didn't. Well, actually giving up meat and giving up alcohol was very easy. I just said that's it, because I had already given up meat at one point, so I knew I could do that very easily. And alcohol wasn't serving me. The sex was not as easy, or the sexual desires, that was not as easy, and that definitely came later. But that's what made me think about this today, because I was like, I don't even have the desire anymore. Like, I don't even think about it. Nothing. It's like that has been achieved. And so when I look at that now as accomplishments, I'm like, those were the easy parts. The hard part is cleaning out up here. And stopping your habits, stopping your patterns of behavior. Those are the ones that are harder to eradicate, because they are inside of us. They bug, spider, I don't know where he went. He just ran off. Ugh, I hate that. I don't kill them. I flick them, or I pick them up. I get them in a tissue and I relocate them 90% of the time. Sometimes they might be a little injured, but anyway, I digress. That's the point, is doing these liver cleanses. Honestly, like the physical stuff, the physical, actual mechanical stuff that we need to do is just the easiest part. The mental is the hard part. But I'm confident at this point that if you have not yet done all of your liver cleanses and you're still not on board with that, just do it. There are ways to make it more pleasant, is what I'm discovering, or as pleasant as can be. As you can see, I think there's a deer up in the woods. So it's not as terrible as I make it out, but it's not great. But if you can find a way to make it work for you, you get it done, and you just get it done. And I think really ideally what it was for me is that I was not doing it properly. So I was literally taking 4 doses of Epsom salt in one night instead of leaving 2 of them for the morning. And that was my problem. And it was like, it does all kinds of things to your body. It makes for an unpleasant experience for the next several hours. Like, that's not a fun time. I'm not going to lie. But you know what to expect. And so that's it, because, things need to change. Things need to change. And I realized it helped. What I've noticed about myself in the last couple of weeks is that I'm finally coming to terms with some of the habitual things that I do. Like the resentments I have for like the uber wealthy, like oligarch type, the celebrities with all the money, those type of people that just really behave badly and they're repugnant. And I get caught up in those dramas. And I realize that I do. And that stops now because that's not productive. Here's the thing also that I want to say is that like that's not necessarily a high frequency, getting involved in that stuff, getting sucked into those kind of dramas where you're paying attention to celebrities that are doing things that are just horrible. They're horrible humans, and you're casting judgment on them. That's not a good place where you want to be as a source player. And that puts you in a lower frequency state of mind, which could, potentially lead to other lower frequency choices, or you snap out of it. You finally say, okay, that's enough. That's enough. I was having a spending thing going on for a minute. I'm still, still trying to break myself of it. These two things, because my point is with like getting sucked into these like celebrity dramas, or getting sucked into the resentment of these uber wealthy people that just do anything that they want and they think that they're above the law. Mind you, it's an illusion, and I know it's an illusion, but I get sucked into it because I think that's a falcon. He's here every morning. I get sucked into it, and I need to stop immediately. I need to stop, because my point is that that could be a lower frequency kind of thing, and you might have like, you're not, when it comes to doing something that's lower frequency, don't fall for the illusion that you are don't fall for any illusions that you're feeding yourself that you will not pay the consequences of your lower frequency choices. And it does not necessarily mean that it's going to manifest in the same thing that you're doing. It could mean that your life starts to slowly unravel in other areas, and it could be like a not necessarily a devastating thing, but it's a continual thing that's chipping away at something, and you'll start to see the effects, but they will come down the road. So don't fool yourself that because you're choosing to do something that because you have the nagging in your head, okay? You get the nagging that, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but it feels good. It feels good to just give it to these people. I hate these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't give in to that. Don't give into like, oh yeah, I'm just going to look at pornography. Oh yeah, like I'm just going to drink or, go out with my friends or whatever. Yeah, listen. You have to, as Judy has said, you have to have a strong resolution. And, because it will eventually start to affect your life down the road. It may not be an immediate consequence, but it will come. You pay for everything in this life, in this experience. So that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, a lot of babbling, but I'm going to leave that where it is, and in the next day or so, we'll do my cleanse when I am at my hotel for the few days that I'll be there, and I think I'll just get her done. And then I'm on to another house sit, and my birthday is coming up, and I'm going to have some time off. So we'll see. Anyway, talk to you all soon. Be well.